You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's showtime. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
What a time to be alive, bro. What a time to be alive. Listen, usually we don't start the episode with the properly. We don't say, hey, the Dolphins defeated Denver, and we forget. Like we'll be midway through the episode before we bring it up. So I thought I'd bring it up early and say the Dolphins defeat the Denver Broncos 35-13. Tua goes 16 for 16, 200 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill 6 for 6, 122 yards receiving, a touchdown. Raheem Mostert had 2 touchdowns, and Devon Achane had 2 touchdowns and 74 yards rushing. My bad. That was just the first half. Oh, the victory visor is in the building, man. Yo, Kadeem Simmons, what's happening, bro?
You said the Dolphins defeated the Broncos. That wasn't a defeat. That was from start to finish, pillar to post, from the first minute to the 60th minute, an annihilation. Charlie and everyone in the chat, be it the live, after. We've played video games. You've got if you're playing like a FIFA, the 3-0 pass the pad. If you're playing Madden, the 21 skunk. There's all these different variations of this one rule. At what point did the Dolphins say to not even the Dolphins, the NFL say to the Broncos, don't just pass the pad. Don't just turn the TV off. Don't just turn the console off. Never play the game of football again. You are finished. You are retired. Charlie, 70 points. And it wasn't like, there's so much to get into, but it wasn't 70 points of the starters. It was, we benched our starters, brought in, the second string guys. You kept your starters in, and we lent on a man. We said, "Oi, this is our game." Charlie, 70 points. That's not even like Rob says. The game looked like Miami were playing Madden against someone with no thumbs. Rob, it wasn't even a Madden game, because a Madden game, listen, if you go up 30 points on me, I'm quitting. I am not staying for a 50-point defeat and a 70 burger. 70 points. 10 touchdowns. 10. Charlie, I'm pretty sure there's teams in the NFL who haven't scored 10 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks. The Dolphins scored 10 touchdowns with 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Charlie, 70 points.
The victory visor is in the building. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. Shout out to Chris Barella. I think that's how you pronounce it. Had a 70, the number 70, and a burger emoji right next to it, bro. Like, oh my goodness. So the real stats of the game, the Dolphins defeat the Broncos 70-20. I think they had 20 points. And then 7 of those points came on special teams. So I believe the defense only gave up 1 touchdown. Was it?
1 touchdown, 2 field goals. And that touchdown was, I guess, on a broken play, a Russell Wilson scramble to, I think it might have been like Cortland Sutton in the background, and that made the score 14-7. And it's like the Dolphins just went, this isn't a game. Like, you want me to be here, hold this, and just
Bro, Tua went 23 for 16. At one point, he was 16 for 16 or 17 for 17. Can't remember. I think, he was 17 for 17, and then he came one short of Tannehill's record of going 18 straight completions without an incompletion. Ended the game 23 for 26, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns. Devon Achane, no longer A-Chain, Devon Achane rushed for 203 yards and 4 touchdowns. So we got a new RB1. Wait, Moshe said, hold my beer. Rushed for 142 yards and also has 4 touchdowns. And Tyreek Hill put up 157 receptions, 157 yards on 9 receptions and a touchdown of his own. Kadeem, bro. Bruh, all of us have played Madden at some point. All of us have played a video game at some point, put it on rookie, and seen what kind of records we could break type stuff, right? But nah, bro, we got to see it live in action. I'm talking to randos that have their own favorite football teams that has no allegiance to Dolphins, and they're like, yo, I've never seen nothing like that in my football life, ever. I've never seen anything like that. Someone said Dolphins went nuclear.
Like, that wasn't even nuclear. That was like men against boys, adults against babies. Like, I can't even say it was practice. The Dolphins defense put up does better in practice against the Dolphins offense. It's crazy. Like, shout out to everyone in the comments. Like, I genuinely want to know where everyone was as this game was going on. Like, what was your thoughts? What was your reactions? What was going through your mind? Like, we're going to get into the disrespectful element later on because I think it's a genuine discussion. But shout out to Rob, shout out to Moya TV, shout out to Chris Barella, shout out to DB. Rob saying Finn's averaging 43.33 points per game this season. Tua had more touchdowns than incompletions. Mike White had a better QB rating than Tua. Like, I can't even say everything that went right could have gone right for the Dolphins because, like, genuinely, the Dolphins left points on the field. It's not even like, the Dolphins genuinely left points on the field. That game, I don't think it's any hyperbole to say the Dolphins could have put up 90. Like, if they genuinely wanted to, the Dolphins could have put up 90 and there could have been no complaint. And it's funny because I hosted so went to Hippodrome Casino, was with a few of the Dolphins WhatsApp UK guys. And what I will say, the Jets, there's a lot of Jets fans. The Jets fans at Hippodrome, they do their thing. They were celebrating first downs against the Patriots. And they kept on coming over and was like, you're celebrating so many touchdowns that's getting embarrassing. Like, where they're going, touchdown, we score 50. And they're going, hey, Mike White got a first down. Like, imagine watching your team with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson at quarterback, struggling against a Buns Patriots team. And on the other side, you're watching the Dolphins team just like all over the Broncos from the first minute to the very end. Again, Rob says Tua had more right-handed touchdowns.
Hold on. I was gonna bring this up. Rob did say this in the comments, but I was gonna actually in real time search how many quarterbacks had touchdowns this week because Tua had 2 touchdowns with his right-handed touchdowns. So I wonder how many quarterbacks had more touchdowns than Tua did right-handed. You know what I'm saying? And he says Joe Burrow didn't even have 2 touchdowns. Tua had more touchdowns right-handed than Joe Burrow did. That's crazy. And I gotta believe it's probably half the league. Half the quarterbacks in the league didn't probably put up 2 touchdowns, and Tua put up 2 with his right hand and 2 with his left.
Especially when you hear Tua talk about like how that happened. He was like, yeah, in training I've done it. And they were like, yeah, you got to do it in the game. So you're telling me you was messing around in training and you were so confident that it wasn't a preseason game. It wasn't the fourth quarter. It was what, first quarter in a somewhat close game, and Tua said, I'm doing this now. I'm doing this now, and you ain't stopping me. And the Broncos were like, yo. And then he done it again. And it's just like, yo. Like Chris Barella says, watch the game while driving my semi, just hype AF the whole game. Like there's I was speechless at the time. I'm speechless now because even if you go back and watch the game and you know the Dolphins are gonna drop 70, you're still sitting there going, hey, the defense didn't really get to Russell Wilson, but only gave up 13 points. Like, listen.
Only gave up. Oh yeah, my bad. You're right.
Yeah.
Only gave up 13 points. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like friend of the podcast, Javon Holland. Friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, the number one rated safety in the NFL according to PFF. He was like, yo, I'm taking over. And I'm so glad Rob said this because I was going to say this as well. There were so many narratives going into this game. There was a whole people saying Tua is like Russell Wilson, Vic Fangio returning to Denver. There was the whole Sean Payton playing against a team which kind of wanted him and all that kind of stuff. Former Denver Broncos bull boy Mike McDaniel going up against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos defensive coordinator,
Vance Joseph.
Like there were so many narratives, and it was just like the Dolphins said, like, this is our home opener, and there is no way you are going to stop us from doing whatever we want whenever we want. It was just pure bliss from start to finish.
Yeah, you brought it up. Coach Mike McDaniel was a ball boy in Denver growing up, and when he went on his head coaching tour to interview for jobs, the Dolphins interviewed him. The Broncos didn't. The Broncos like, no, we don't even want you. We don't even want to interview with you. We're not gonna waste your time. And lo and behold, Mike McDaniel is on the opposite end of a shellacking. Matter of fact, we gotta bring this up because we didn't record yesterday, and everybody like, yo, how you not record after the biggest butt whipping in the history of Dolphins football? So that's on me. I had to work overtime. My bad, y'all boys. And I missed it. You know what I'm saying? And Sherrod Steve was supposed to be on the show today or yesterday, and now we can't have Sherrod Steve to really enjoy all of this with, but he has a good reason for not making it to the episode today. It's Sherrod Minnie's second birthday, bro. Happy birthday to Sherrod Minnie. For everyone who doesn't know who Sherrod Minnie is, Sherrod Steve is probably like the first person to find out we were going to make a podcast before we even made a podcast. And I met him share driving, and that's why his name is Sherrod Steve. And he had a son a couple years ago, and today's his second birthday. So happy birthday to Sherrod Minnie. Happy birthday to Sherrod Steve too, because I feel like birthdays should go more to the parents. Like, hey, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the kid. I don't understand that. Especially the mother. I feel like birthdays should be for the mom to celebrate. Like, hey, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? You had a birth today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think. But hey, I could be tripping. Hey, listen, back to football though. So shout out to the person who hit my phone, J-Rob. Like, bro, y'all acting like the Dolphins didn't have the biggest blowout ever. And y'all just missed the recording. Nah, bro, we here live and ready. Listen, Miami, I seen a stat that said Miami had 726 yards in the game. And that's more than the Jets have had all season with 675. But I kind of did some kind of fact checking myself. And I got the paper planes only having or having 741. So on the season. So the Jets, the paper planes have 741 yards on the season, and the Dolphins put up 726 on Sunday. That is insane.
It's absolutely mental. And Rob says it was supposed to be a trap game.
Trap game.
Like is
trap game.
Is this a new trap game? Where it's like, and you know what? I say shout out to Mike McDaniel, the coach and staff, to players for not looking past Denver and focusing on Buffalo. They went out there. They done exactly what they were meant to do, and I'm not even being negative. There were still mistakes. Like this wasn't
Shut up.
this wasn't the perfect game. I remember like in the first quarter, there's a throw to, I think it's Raheem Mostert, but also it's like behind the line of scrimmage, and we lose like 6 yards in it. And I was like, yo, what are we doing? Like the game isn't like, this is stupid. There's a Devon Achan like 26-yard touchdown, and it gets called back for Connor Williams hold. And Connor Williams had like 2 holds, and I was like, yo, like, do not let Denver back into that.
You feel me?
Like,
bro, how you have fumble issues, and when you're not fumbling, you getting penalties, bro?
Like, I was just like, and again, this obviously this is still live in the game where you're thinking, don't let this really good start turn into Denver get back into the game, and then it kind of goes, you lose a game which you shouldn't have. But they didn't let that affect them. They got first downs whenever they wanted. Tua did whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. Like, we keep on saying it. This offensive line, like Tua left the field at the end of the game. It looked like he hadn't played the game. He was like
brand new jersey, fresh jersey, still smell like it's out the wrapper.
Brand new. Teron Armstead got the start. Didn't give up a single pressure, not at all. Friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson, doing great at right tackle. Liam Eichenberg came in at center and done great. And it's funny.
He had a couple bad snaps. Tua was jumping for the snaps, like jumping up.
But again, like that didn't stop them. And it's funny because I said on the preview episode, and you go back and check it out, I was like, obviously we haven't seen Cam Smith to date yet, and I was like, you kind of want a game where we go up, the game is so comfortable we can bring in a Cam Smith. This would have been perfect for him. Like, friend of the podcast, Alama Uluwave, Connor Williams goes out injured. If he's on the roster, he steps in at center and goes, you know what? I can make a claim for him. It's like, my mind, I watched that game and go, it would have been amazing to bring in Cam Smith and other guys and just say, hey, we're up 50. Go and make a name for yourself. Cam Smith, go and get a pick 6. Alama,
get comfortable.
100%. Like, there's genuinely no other game where you're going to be up that heavy. You can just throw in guys, try some different things, and say, you know what? If you're going to make your NFL debut, do it in a situation where the game is won, you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. And like, Charlie, the run game. I don't know if you've seen the picture. It's like Devon Achan. He's like 10 yards down the field, and there's like 7 Broncos players on the floor.
I seen it live. And when I seen it live, I'm like, bro, what? It looked like the computer glitched. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody just fell on the floor. And I text my group chat. I'm like, bro, why were there like 7 Broncos on the ground, bro? That's crazy. And I got to pick. Maybe we'll come back to it because I think I got it. I could send it to you. Like, bro, it was crazy. I'm like, bro, what's going on in this picture? I see it. So I have to get to it. I kind of screenshotted it bad. But bro, shout out to Moya TV because I tweeted that. Had to remind everybody. Sean Payton said Teddy Bridgewater was going to take over Tua's spot. Like, yo, he said Tua was going to get benched for Teddy Bridgewater, and it's not because of injury. Then Moya TV hit us up on Twitter or the X, whatever you guys are calling it nowadays, and said at Charlie Touche, he said he would be benched for performance reasons. As for this game, he was right. Tua got benched for performance reasons, like because he outperformed against Sean Payton and the Broncos, bro. Bro, listen, bro, I'm still living it up. I walk around with my Dolphin colors on, bro. I'm vibing, bro. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And we don't even have to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I like taking victory laps when it's time to take a victory lap. No one can ever tell me about Tua ever again. Ever. There's no more. Oh, Watson and who's you know what I'm saying? Watson and Flores. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, I don't never have to hear that ever again. And now they'll pivot to something else. Like oh, look, we might as well talk about it now. Oh, it was disrespectful. There's talk around the league that Coach McDaniel was disrespectful and trying to run the score up. Kadeem, and I wish Sarah Steve was here for this. I want to ask y'all, would you have kicked the field goal to break the record?
So we have a few questions. Rob asked that. Should we have kicked the field goal? Chris Barella responded to it. And there's a few other things, but it's just crazy that we're in week 4 now.
Going to week 4.
Going to week 4, and it's not to kind of bring a downer onto it, but week 4, the Broncos are 0-3. It looks like their season's over. Aaron Rodgers' season's definitely over. Get well soon and stuff like that. Nick Chubb season's over. But yours has just begun at MyBookie. NFL, college ball, and a brand new cash out system give you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your GTD Easy Money Patreon parlay hit, and we'll get to that later. Cash out early and place another bet, or let it ride. Bronco star, let's ride. For a chance at a bigger payday. Join us at MyBookie for an entire season filled with daily odds, boosts, same game parlays, and huge prize pool contests. Right now, MyBookie has a no strings attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quicker than QB1 Tua Tagovailoa's ability to get the ball out of his hands, either left or right. Use promo code GOTIME on your first deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly credited to your MyBookie account. That's go time to claim your own cash bonus now. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie and only using promo code GOTIME. Right. Was it disrespectful? Listen, there was a tweet from a NFL journalist. No one knows who journalist is. No one believes this journalist. Who said that NFL owners spoke to him and they believe it was disrespectful. And as Dolphin fans, we've seen teams put up 40, 50, 60 points and just not cared. Yeah. And there's been no issue about was it disrespectful. None at all. And obviously, Coach McDaniel was asked after the game. So for those who don't know, the NFL record for points scored in the game is 72 points set in 1966. The Dolphins legit had a chance to score a field goal and make it 73. And it wasn't like it was a 50-yard field goal. It was you're in field goal range, take the field goal.
Or it's not like it was a field goal and it's only 30 seconds on the clock. You know what I'm saying? It's a legitimate, it's 4th down. We could take the knee or we could turn over the ball on downs or whatever, or we could kick the field goal. But continue, my bad.
Yeah. So the Dolphins don't kick the field goal. McDaniel kind of says, and he said a lot, but to basically sum up what he said was that they didn't want to run up the score. It wasn't that kind of situation. And essentially, they weren't and don't play to point chase, basically. Calm is a thing, according to Mike McDaniel. And it's we're going to play the game right. We're going to do what's best for not just us, the league, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people is you scored 70 points. The whole, all that went out the window after 50. But as people are rightfully saying, the Dolphins sat their starters early.
All that goes out the window after 50.
It does. And the Dolphins sat their starters. The Dolphins we're not checking out, but we're going to bring Chris Brooks, Mike White, Robbie Chosen.
I want to say the entire 4th quarter was backups.
Yeah. And if the Broncos starters still can't stop the run or stop Robbie Chosen from getting behind you,
I gotta say this, bro. Like, this is just football 101. This goes to high school. This goes to every level of football: college, high school, Pop Warner, Optimist. Like, listen, if a team is up big on you, 30 points, I guess, you know what I'm saying, it's the fourth quarter. What do you want the team to do? You want the team to start taking knees? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, do you want to start taking knees in the fourth quarter because we're up 30? You know what I'm talking about? No. Okay, hand the ball off. All right, we're handing the ball off and we're scoring touchdowns. What are we supposed to do now? We're supposed to break and then fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, fall short of the end zone and then turn over on downs every time we get the ball back. So, nah, bro, like, I'm playing football. You feel me? So what about the pass to Chosen? Yo, it's the backup. The backups are in. The backup quarterback, a practice squad receiver. Like, what? Yo, play defense. You know what I'm saying? So, Kadeem, you did not answer the question. The question is, would you have kicked the field goal to break the record?
No, not at all.
All right, so if you wouldn't have, why?
Because I'm scoring a touchdown. Big man.
That was my answer.
That's my 10 touchdown. No field goals. You think I'm scoring a field goal? Big man, stop me. I'm taking the defense. I dare you to stop me. Big man, I'm scoring 77. And at 77, I'm going for 84. I'm telling you now, yeah, I am not settling for a field goal. If you want to stop me from scoring a touchdown. Are you mad? No, listen, there is and I'm being loud. Everyone in my house is sleeping this minute. I don't care. There is zero chance I am scoring a field goal. You must be on like the hardest class A drugs. Never, ever.
Kadeem, like, that was my answer, bro. No, I'm not kicking no field goal. I'm putting up 7. Like, yo, we got 4 whole downs inside the red zone to get a touchdown. Why would I kick a field goal? No. Y'all gotta stop us. Y'all ain't stop us from putting up 70. You're not gonna stop us from putting up 77. Y'all should have played. Yo, y'all stay close. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, nah, listen, bro. I'm not here for being magnanimous in a competition. No, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have let us score 70. If you worried about us getting 72, you shouldn't have let us get 70.
And it's also like, it's also we don't go for it on fourth down. We need it out, and you want another play. Nah, big man, what? I'm like, yo,
you feel me?
I'm like, yo, because again, you play video games where it's like, you know what, the game's done. Let's just say it is what it is. We'll kneel it out. We'll mess around. I've knelt it out, and you're gonna keep on playing. If I'm the defense, I'm saying, yo, we're getting 77. I'm getting a pick 6. Like, I don't care who it is. Kader Kohu, Javon Holland. Like, if I'm the starters, put me back in. Like, yo, put me back in. There is no way I took negative yards on a kneel down for you to get the ball back and keep on playing. No, not at all. And it's like, nah.
Hey, Kadeem said exactly what I was thinking. Like, bro, I was gonna say that was my answer. You took it from me, bro. Like, I'm not kicking the field. Are you gonna kneel the ball? You gonna kick the field goal to break the record? I'm not doing neither one, bro. I'm playing the game until the clock hits 0. Straight up. Like, what you thought this was, bro? Like, yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't have felt no type of way either.
Listen, the great Finns fan says, "What do you mean?" Like, so I was saying they didn't want to score up, and they did want to score up. It's an odd one because it wasn't even like the Dolphins were going for it on like 3rd and goal or 3rd and 2.
I don't think they ran the score up though.
Like the thing, Devon Achan at one point, I think it's like in the fourth quarter, gets like a 47-yard touchdown run untouched. Like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna start running," and it's like, hold on, I've got past everyone. Like, this is a rookie trying to get his make a name for himself in the NFL. I am not stopping. Like, there is not. Like, I've scored 3 touchdowns already. I'm not stopping. No, not at all. Again, Mike White comes in. Mike White might not be the backup in Miami next year because he wants to be a starter and keep playing this league. I've got a chance to show the NFL I can connect deep with another backup receiver. I'm going to do that. Robbie Chosen,
I got to put it on film. On film.
Robbie Chosen gets the ball and is like, hold on, I've beat everyone. And again, it's not just everyone. It's on what? Pat Surtain. So he's like, I've beaten one of the best NFL corners in this league, and I'm running, and he's still chasing me. Yo, I'm scoring a touchdown. Listen, maybe there is an element of Mike McDaniel not wanting to put up, 77 against, the Denver Broncos, all that kind of stuff. Listen, he got to 70, and for a lot of people, myself included, the NFL was such a different sport in 1966 to what it is now. The Dolphins hold the modern record of most points scored in the game. They might not hold the official record, but people will go like the Dolphins are up there at the very least. And listen, yeah, am I scoring a field goal? No, I'm scoring like because again, yeah, like at whatever point the Broncos scored the kickoff return, and it's like, okay, cool, fair enough, like whatever. Oh, so it's like, oh, so we're still playing, we're still trying. Okay, cool. Watch, hold this, like 100% hold this. Like, nah, there's, obviously, like, shout out to Liz. She said, I think McDaniel has a plan on breaking the record next week at the Bills and will slap in the face. The Great Finn fan says to Rob, I agree. The Finns offense looks far superior than last year. You can tell McDaniels has opened the playbook. He called plays I've never seen this past couple of weeks. As everyone has mentioned, Jalen Waddle didn't even play. Like, Jalen Waddle was on the sideline.
Jalen Waddle was holding us back. Look at this.
No,
trade him.
trade him. Send him to the coach for Jonathan Taylor.
Jalen Waddle was holding us back.
Like, it's just and yeah, Rob asked, did you see McDaniel lookalike in the stands? Yeah, that lookalike looks just like him. It's amazing. But I just I feel like over the past few years, for both good and bad reasons, there's been for the Dolphins, where were you when X game happened? And shout out to JMR Finn, UK Dolphins fan. He basically won a competition to attend the Dolphins home opener. It was he traveled to Miami, his first Dolphins game live, and that's what you witness. You witnessed 70 points.
Hold on. He was at the game?
He was at the game. Charlie, he got to go to the game. I think so. Shout out to Chris. We had Chris on just at the end of the preseason. And yeah, I think Chris and a few other Dolphins fans have set up this little thing, basically. And I don't mean thing in a negative way, but set up this thing where they get tickets and they give tickets away. And I think they're giving away tickets, or like they have tickets for the Bulls game as well. But JMR Finn won the chance to attend his first Dolphins game. And there's a video of him before the game, walking out to the concourse at Hard Rock Stadium for the first time. And you can tell it's like, yo, I've waited my whole life for this. Charlie, his first game of watching the Miami Dolphins put up 70 points. Like, no, if that's me, I'm like, no, I'm never going back. I'm like it can't get any better than that. But also, if I'm the Dolphins, I'm saying, yo, you're coming every single week because you have a good luck charm. Like, it's just amazing. Like, to the point where, listen, there's 10 touchdowns to talk about. There are so many. But like, just some of the highlights. The opening touchdown to Tyreek Hill, where Tua goes through his reads, finds Hill down the field. Excellent. The no-look right-handed pass to Devon Acham. Brilliant. But then just all the runs, Raheem Mostert and Devon Acham just saying, listen, if you do touch me before the line of scrimmage, it don't matter. I'm breaking tackles. I'm scoring. You're not stopping me. And again, you think I'm stopping at 70? I am beating the will out of the Denver Broncos that plays retire. Who was the Bills player who retired mid-game?
He was a former Miami Dolphin.
Was it? Wasn't Jerry Hughes? Was it?
I gotta tell Grandma.
That's
what he said. That's what he said on Hard Rock. He got traded, and Hard Rock. He was on Hard Knocks. It was Davis. Was corner.
Charlie.
What was his? Well, hold on. It was Vontae Davis' brother. Hold on, don't tell me. Let me get this, bro. This should be a softball. Something Davis. Starts with a J, I think. Dang.
Oh no, you got it. It was Vontae Davis.
No, it wasn't Vontae Davis. Vontae is the brother. Oh,
No.
yeah, it was Vontae Davis.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis is the brother.
Yeah.
Vontae Davis. Yeah.
Charlie,
That's crazy. I was right by accident. That's wow.
I needed multiple Broncos players to say, no, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done.
People retiring at halftime.
Literally, I'm telling you now, what I want here is you've got Sean Payton on the sideline just looking at this and just going, no, I'm done. That's what I needed. I needed Sean Payton because he came out and he was chatting crap about QB1 and he put up the team put up 70 on you. Now leave. Retire. Don't come back to work next week. Again, genuine question. If you're the Broncos, what do you do when you come to training on practice on Monday? What do you do? How do you watch a film after? How?
I don't know if you could watch that, bro. I think they skip film session. Like, yo, we're not watching film.
No, you need to because
we're not watching film, bro.
When you lose by 70, you're watching the film because we have a lot of things to fix.
Bro, and listen. Again,
sorry,
Sean Payton got on Nathaniel Hackett saying the Broncos was the worst coach team in the history of the NFL. And then he got history almost put on his team. You don't know how good this was for me, bro, to witness. Because I turned the corner. Like I'm out on Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? As much as I wanted him, like it was little things like leaving New Orleans in cap oblivion. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he wanted to be the GM and the coach. So now that he couldn't rectify the cap, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. I'm not feeling Sean Payton. Like, y'all heard me advocate for Sean Payton. Like, I said it was a dream if we had Sean Payton. I'm like, nah, man. I don't like the way he handled himself on the way out of the Saints. And he was the hot commodity, the big ticket, knowing that he was cool. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro. I'm not. I was just done with Sean Payton, bro. But yeah, man, bro. Listen. I'm sure you've seen what I think Rob brought it up about the fake McDaniel in the stands meme.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's just too good, bro. It's too much stuff going on. Like, I don't even know where to go to next. So I can't remember which one of the Go Timers hit us up and said that I watched the Coach McDaniel on the pivot. It was either Lane or Tim or one more other person. I can't remember who asked me if I watched it, but I watched it. And I never liked Ryan Clark. I never was a fan of Ryan Clark. So even when he said what he said about Tua, I've been out on Ryan Clark. So I really don't rock with Ryan Clark like that. But Coach McDaniel was on the pivot, and I wanted to watch it, and I tried to watch it a couple times, and then I finally watched it. It is so good, Kadeem. Like, not the Pivot podcast. Mike McDaniel, on the Mike McDaniel, what he says, like, Coach McDaniel, when I watched that, Kadeem, when Sean McVay played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, that he's mic'd up, and pregame, he's in the lights and he's walking around like, oh, we're in the Super Bowl. I can't wait to see what these guys. I just can't wait to see what they have for us. Like, I can't wait to see what scheme they scheme up. Like, he was a fan of the Patriots. Like, oh, I can't wait to see what they have schemed up for us. And then that's why y'all didn't put up no points. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was like the lowest score in Super Bowl, I think, maybe in history, and y'all didn't score no points, and it was like y'all lost. We do not have to worry about that with Coach McDaniel. Bruh, last year, when Coach McDaniel couldn't get the plays in on time all season and then blew it on 4th and 1 and couldn't get the play in on time and made it a 4th and 5 against Buffalo in the playoffs with your third-string quarterback, that may have been the best thing that ever happened to Mike McDaniel as the play caller. because I have no doubts after watching the pivot that he will be on point when the lights shine the brightest, bro. We see what he's like now, like no type of issues with the play calling now, timing or nothing, bro. I have full confidence when we go to the Super Bowl, we're gonna have the best form of the Dolphins that there is possible because of Coach McDaniel. I remember there was the narrative. Oh, can he what is it? Rally the troops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can he rally the troops when they hit adversity? Can he get everybody to can he be rah? Everybody's not rah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Caldwell. Caldwell's he's a soft-spoken coach. You know what I'm saying? He's not a yeller, he's not a screamer, nothing like that. He's not a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? And neither is Coach McDaniel, bruh. After watching the pivot, there's zero doubt in my mind. The Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl with McDaniel, with Tua. I already knew he was going to do it with Tua. I just didn't know McDaniel was going to be a part of it. But it is inevitable, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to IMAX. Hope your family's okay. Obviously, sending thoughts and prayers to your family. Said driving home with your mum right now. Hope your dad's okay. Hope you're okay. Hope your mum's okay. And yeah, our thoughts with you right now. Yeah. There's so a few injuries. Jalen Waddle still in concussion protocol. Connor Williams is day to day. I think he got into like I think it's a Devon A-Chan run, and like it's non-contact, but it seemed like it's not too serious.
Who?
Devon A-Chan.
You said he got injured? He got hurt?
No, Connor Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Connor Williams. Jaden Phillips has an oblique injury.
Yeah, so, he got pulled.
Yeah. And yeah, Jalen Waddle, like I said, is doing in concussion protocol.
Craig Craft 400 is probably out with a significant injury. I think it was his shoulder. I can't remember, but he's that. It sounds like the timetable is significant, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I think he said we should see him, again this season. But and again, to go back to the whole, the Dolphins should have stopped scoring at certain points. It's genuinely next man up situation. So it's if you're Robbie Chosen, you've seen the wide receiver ahead of you go down with an injury. You need to show Mike McDaniel that what you can do in a game situation, even with a backup quarterback, is enough to next week I'm going to be in a 53-man roster. Ever because Karma, didn't suit up this game, he can be like, I need to get involved in this. So when it's 50, 57, no matter what the score is, when you're still scoring touchdowns and still making plays, yeah, that's why.
I want to address the comment. The great Fins fan said we did run up the score, and I don't believe running up the score is as if we would have kicked that field goal. Like, it's not in the context of the game. Every time we scored, it was in the context of the game. Like, all right, we can kneel it and you can have the ball back and the game is over. Other than that, the game is not over. And you have an objective, like the field goes one direction. So you have to go that way. So it's 3rd down and 10 and 9 minutes left in the game. That's when Robbie Chosen scored that touchdown. 9 minutes left in the game on 3rd and 10. What were we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to concede a whole bunch of touchdowns the other way? Like, no, that's not running up the score. We have to play you play to win the game. You got to play the game. What are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? We run A-Chain, he scores a touchdown. Chris Brooks, the 5th running back on the roster, comes in and puts up 66 yards rushing. Almost had 100 yards rushing. What do you want us to do? Like, okay, bro, you got to run the ball. Don't pass it. Well, Chris Brooks came in running and he almost scored. Like, what we supposed to do, bro?
Yeah. Rob says McDaniel's attention to detail is incredible. His watch always shows 2:46 because that's the time Watts couldn't say he had the job. McDaniel brought a really expensive watch just to show the time as 2:46. Like, and it's brilliant. But yeah, I've played sports all my life. I am of the firm belief in a match, no matter who you're playing. To me, it's more respectful to give 100% from the first minute to the last minute. The moment you take pity on someone, to me, that's like we said, that's more disrespectful. The moment you start messing around, and the no look pass was a trick play, but there's levels to a trick play, if that makes sense. It's not like the Dolphins got a touchdown and then went for two. Like, there's no need for that. It's
that's running it up. Going for
Yeah.
two when we're up 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's running it up. We didn't run it up, bro.
Yeah. Like, even I just think the Dolphins, and again, it wasn't the Broncos didn't pull their guys. The Broncos were like, we're still playing. So the Dolphins, okay, you're still playing, I'm still playing. Because again, it's the worst thing you can do is say go in half-hearted for a run or a catch, and then you get hurt because it's like, well, now what?
You feel me?
Like,
Hey.
So what? The Dolphins' offensive line should just stop blocking and allow sacks to allow someone to get injured. No.
So how about this? So me and Sherrod Steve, we said we're going to get emotional. When the Dolphins win the Super Bowl, like, we're going to get emotional. It's going to be like, dang, bro, like, we did it. I ain't gonna lie, Kadeem. I don't know if I'm gonna be that emotional if we put up 70 points in the Super Bowl, bro. I'm not gonna have time to be emotional, bro. Like, 70 points.
Yeah, like, so I got my hair caught in a zip. Yeah, like when it's like 50 points in the third quarter, it's like, okay, cool. Like now I'm just waiting for the end of the game. Chris Barella says, oh, first of all, I'll get you in a second, Chris. Liz says, come on, Dolphins fans, get those likes and shares up, fins up, let's fins flip and go, grill some buffalo ribeyes. Thanks,
Appreciate
Liz.
it.
We haven't even done the whole, YouTube, follow us, subscribe, comment, because you all know. But just in case you don't know, comment on YouTube, be it the live, or if you're not in the live watching after, you join us because you want to get as much of this as possible. Comment, like the video, share the video, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, or Twitter, whatever you're calling it. Hey, if you want to follow us on MySpace, Bebo, LinkedIn, all the good stuff. And then if you're feeling extra generous and you want to follow us on Patreon, then Patreon.com/GoTimeDolphins for all the good stuff we are doing on Patreon, including the bonus easy money picks on Patreon.
We're 3-0, by the way, and the money keeps racking up. And Go Time is the promo code for MyBookie. Shout out to our sponsors at MyBookie. Kadeem, RG3 tweeted and said Tyreek Hill is just simply unguardable and yada 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 yada. And Tyreek Hill quote tweeted and said, nah, QB1 just special. Tyreek Hill came last year and said Tua is the most accurate quarterback in football. Like, when are people gonna just be like, Tua is the dude? Tua's a dude. And you know what? I gotta say this now. I was wrong, bro. I want to apologize to everybody listening. I was wrong about something. I'm a man of my word. I know when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm cool. We had a quarterback ranking episode, as every year we do, and I had Tua ranked second. My bad. Tua's the best quarterback in the league right now, bro.
And
Tua's number one, bro. Tua's the best quarterback in the league right now, bro. Tell me I'm lying, bro. Tell me I'm lying. See, the person, shout out to Kai Kid, had him second too, bro. And everybody thought I was on the sauce. You feel me? Nah, Tua the best quarterback in the league, bro.
I think RG3 was like, he's head and shoulders right now the MVP of the league. Like, there's the guy to put up the best part of 70 points against an NFL defense. Like, it's just incredible.
We're gonna wrap it up. And since I'm so glad you ended it there, because last year we were talking about Tua being an MVP candidate. Oh, it's him and Mahomes. It's MVP season. Last year he did this. Last year he did that. And I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. In 3 weeks last year, 2022, Tua was 3-0. and completed 72 out of 101 passes, had 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Through 3 weeks in 2023, the numbers are exactly the same. 3 wins, 72 completions out of 101 attempts, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks. Exactly the same numbers as 2022 to 2023. So the MVP conversation can continue. And this is like yo, I'm running it back. Y'all must have forgot.
100%. Chris, we will get to your question in bonus time alongside just what an afternoon. What an afternoon. So, Charlie, I guess close us out.
Y'all come on over to bonus time with us, man. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's showtime. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
There's so many stats, bro. There's so many stats.
It's insane. Rob says 10 straight wins against a Super Bowl winning coach. That's just insane. I think it's something like he can make it to 14, I believe it is this season. Obviously you got Bill Belichick again. You've got Andy Reid with the Chiefs, and I think there's a few others. Chris asked earlier. Speaking of Chosen, what do you think about his blocking effort? I've watched the game back again, but I'm only halfway through. I haven't got to the second half yet. Then I'm going to watch the all 22 to kind of see what else I'm picking up and stuff like that. So I guess the boring answer is I can't comment on it right now. But also, I think that second half watching it live, I was just so giddy on alcohol and points. I was point drunk. So yeah. Charlie, what do you make of Chosen's blocking effort? And Chris, also let us know what you think of his blocking effort as well.
I seen it in real time, and I'm like, no, I don't know. So it might be why he's not even on the 53. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably why you're on the practice squad. You know, Craycraft can block. Barrios does some blocking. Yeah, so there may be a reason why that happens, because he still got burning. He still got jets. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thought it was subpar. Yeah, let us know what you think, Chris, about his blocking.
It's funny as well. Did you see Micah Parsons respond to Tyreek Hill?
So Micah Parsons in week 1 has a podcast now. Micah Parsons was like, yo, Tua, everyone apologizes. You're the dude. I'm glad you got to get back. I'm glad everyone knows you're the dude. You know what I'm saying? Live it up. Had super high praises for Tua on his podcast, and it's out there. It's pretty cool actually to be another. And then he says it's not just him; it's the whole Cowboys. The whole Cowboys like, yo, they a problem. Tua's a problem. Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we gotta play these boys. But tell us what he said about Tyreek, because there's a back and forth now with him and Tyreek.
Yeah. So what I don't know what preceded this comment, but basically there's a video of Tyreek Hill blocking in the run game against the Patriots. And I think Tyreek Hill was like, I'm about this life, I can block and stuff like that. And Micah Parsons like, you haven't blocked me yet. Like, you blocked all these other guys, you haven't blocked me yet. When I block you, and I think I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, when I block you, I'm going to end up going into the blue tent on the sideline saying, don't let me do that again. But it's funny because if I'm correct, did the Dolphins play the? Do you play the Cowboys in the regular season?
We got them this year in Miami.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was thinking, and like that's the kind of game that's like Super Bowl preview. Like, okay, we might be playing you now, but we're playing you again Super Bowl. So, and I'm liking this, this back and forth between, Tua and, well, not Tua so much, but Tyreek Hill and Micah Parsons and other teams just like genuinely right now. And I think it's someone said, about how this is, or people have been saying how the Bills game is a test for Miami. And people are saying, no, it's a test for the Bills. Like the narrative the narrative has changed. This
I'm
isn't a
trying to tell
case
you.
of what can this Dolphin team do against Buffalo? It's like how are the Buffalo team gonna stop Miami from just scoring at will? Because it's like it doesn't matter. Like, and again, people are saying the 24 points the Dolphins scored against the Patriots right now is looking like, yo, how did the Patriots only give up 24? And even after that game, we were like, it should have been more. So, and again, this is without Jalen Phillips didn't play the full game. There's still no Jalen Ramsey. There's no, the three Jalen's. Jalen. Dolphins put up 70 without Jalen, and Jalen. Like, come on. Let's not be. And
Listen,
again, the starter didn't say so very quickly. The Dolphins put up 70 and the starter didn't finish the game. We'll say.
I said it last episode. shout out to Brett Story. Shout out my dog. Listen, I said it last episode. The Buffalo Bills aren't the litmus test no more. The Dolphins are the litmus test. No, we're not looking at anybody like, oh, I got to see what we look like against them. Everyone's got to say it about us now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real with you. We're going to beat Kansas City in Germany. And when we do, everyone's going to say, oh, that game was supposed to be at Arrowhead. And we got to see when the Chiefs are the 1 seed, when y'all play them at Arrowhead in the playoffs, that's when it really matters. We could bookmark this. You know what I'm saying? Bookmark it, write it down, take a picture, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When we beat the Chiefs, everyone's going to say, oh, well, let's see how they play them at Arrowhead in the playoffs. Who said we playing the Chiefs in Arrowhead in the playoffs and not in Miami? I'm just saying. You feel me? So I know Dolphin fans, I know there's been a long time when we didn't know how to appreciate what we have. We don't know how to like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You get, how many times you heard a dude get a girlfriend and like, yo, you don't know what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's okay to start believing that you have the best team in the league. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like our offense, and I said before, we look like the Golden State Warriors of football. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't want to say better than that, but when Golden State is Golden State, that's what we're looking like right now. So it's okay to accept it and be like, dang, we actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Chris says the amount of ducking and dodging that Tua haters are doing right now to keep from admitting they were wrong is hilarious. Liz says it's pronounced H-A. I thought it was A-Chan. It could be I thought it was A-Chan, not A-Chain.
Yes, A-Chan. A-Chan.
And then
unless there's a typo somewhere.
Yeah, and again, thankfully we'll definitely check it out, make sure we are getting that correct. And then Rob says, when is the narrative going to switch from the Finn should have drafted Herbert to why did Washington Lions and Giants pass on Tua? Like, listen, Danny Nichols turned to Danny Dollars and just regressed like so hard.
Hey, he's just Danny now. Shout out to Danny Dimes. You know what I'm saying? Like Danny Dimes got the name Danny Dimes somehow. And then on this podcast, we call him Danny Nichols because he wasn't really dropping dimes. But with all respect, the dude got paid, so we turn it into Danny Dollars. His name's just Danny now. You know what I'm saying? He's not the real deal. And that's why he was low on my quarterback list. I just knew this was gonna happen. But yeah, shout out to Danny. Bank robbing Danny.
Shout out to Luch and Jackpot. Might be a first-time commenter, so we appreciate you. Welcome. Pronounced A-Chan. And then Liz says just use a Brooklyn accent. I'm awful with accents. I couldn't do a Brooklyn accent to save my life. I don't know what a Brooklyn accent sounds like. Not to be this person, but most of your accents sound the same unless you're from the South. And I know that's a Southern accent. Like, I know that accent. I guess I kind of know a New York accent. and that's probably about it in terms of different. Oh my days, different American accents. I don't really swear on this podcast.
But he swear in every other sentence off the podcast. That's
100%. Like it's weird. When we have friends of the podcast, Will Hazen, he's saying, I'm like, yo, like maybe I can swear, but I still don't. Like it's an editing thing and all that kind of stuff. And then Liz said, yeah, I spelled it wrong, Achan, and yeah. And I'm gonna end on this. It's funny how Achan had a breakout game and said, yo, say my name right. Like
you feel me?
Like the hair grew in his chest. He was like, I'm telling you now, yeah, you can say my name wrong, but now I'm making the NFL. So put some respect on my name. It's Achan, not A-Chain.
I put up 200 yards and 4 touchdowns and said, hey, y'all saying my name wrong, man. I need y'all to say my name right now that I got some clout. Dog pulled the Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. What's my name? You know what I'm saying? Say my name. Bruh, so yeah, we're gonna get out here on this, man. Dolphins are now 13-2 in their past 15 games at Hard Rock Stadium. It's the team's best 15-game stretch in the regular season at home since going 13-2 from October 7th, 2001 to December 15th, 2002. Chiefs got to come to us.
What a time to be a Dolphins fan. What a time. Victory Visor, baby. Victory Visor.